welcome back to the Hangout with Abby Kimani. This is yet another episode of Ask a Mom, and as usual, I have the one and only Mom.
Mimi niseme.
The one and only Rachel Kimani, also Mama Abby. So, but before I start, I'd like to give a few shout outs to some people who commented in the last Ask a Mom. That is Valerie Ndemba, Irene Paoti, Lydia Njeri, Vera Nsiza, Rehab Chengo, Jackson Michael, and last but thank you everyone for your kind words. That was really nice of you, and thank you for encouraging me. And Margaret Omido, who asked me to tell the difference between a crush and a boyfriend. So in like my opinion, a crush is someone that you like, you know. Maybe you think they're cute, maybe you have feelings for them, but you're not in a relationship with them. Then a boyfriend is, I guess, a crush who you have a relationship with, like your official, I guess. Yeah, I think, or you can explain more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. For a boyfriend or a fiance, there is intentionality because it's perhaps headed somewhere. Well, a crush can be anywhere, anytime, wrong time, right time. It's perhaps not heading somewhere.
Okay, sure. Let us now start the video. So, you know, the KCPE results have come out recently and they were announced in April, which is like really strange. Like, we've never done that. It's different, you know, but the only thing that doesn't change is change. Not me forgetting the what I'm supposed to say, but I have a few questions and I just want to talk about that, Mom. So question number 1, should we ask parents about their children's results? Like, you never ask like parents, like, what did your child get? Like, you know, mine got a 410, huh? What did your child? I'm not that case either. I hopefully do, though. I do get a 410, so pray for me. I'm going to be in class 8 soon. I think I'm already in class 8 actually, but that's not the point. So you never ask like parents about their kids' results. So like, what's up with that?
Okay. So those are 2 questions. Is it right to keep on calling people to ask them, what did your child get? And the second one, I as your parent or your parents, we haven't been asking people. So we've been praying, so what did your child get? One, let me first begin by saying, when children are doing examinations, it's long awaited. It's a whole process of maybe baby class, primary school, lower, up to class 8 or even KCPE. And that's a long period. And for me, I think for a child to be rated because of 1 week examination, I think that would be wrong analysis. I think it is not particularly very right to be having the drive to always call people to ask them, did your child get 300 and above? Did your child get 400 and above? Because as your mom, like you have said it correctly, I don't see the need, because that child has probably put all the effort that they can to do that examination with every intentionality of passing that examination. That child is not hoping to fail. And in this neighbor's house, there could be jubilations because they got 410. In this house, there might be crying and wailing because maybe we got, maybe because we got 200. My motivation usually is, so when I'm calling the parent, so what's the point? If they tell me their child got 200, so next is what? I think we should avoid and we should move away from the pressure of looking for the worth of our children through papers. And sometimes, you know what I think, Abby? That as parents, we try to look for our own worth through our children's success. So there's a lot of pressure that we put on children. However, I am not saying that you don't study and people don't study, because we take you to school so that you can give your best effort. You give your time, you put your best foot forward. Success is very good, success is sweet. But what success does to you it is dependent on so much on what you have been told and what your parents believe you are before you do the paper. I don't see any point of calling anybody to ask them, what did your child get? Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's say that, and God forbid, let's say that when I do KCPE, like I fail, like, God forbid, hey, Mungu, please, please. And let's say I get, like, you know, a bad mark, like, what would you do?
Luckily, and this is what maybe I can tell every other parent outside there. I begin with you. Luckily, Abby, we have talked about this even before. When you went to baby class, we started the journey. You passed baby class, you went to lower primary, and now you are already in class 8 actually. It's a reminder you're in class 8. And I think one of the pointers that we have been telling you towards success is it comes, but success is a process that is worked on. If you got the grades that God will give you, we have told you before, these are the grades that we will use to go to look for school. I think the answer to that, maybe talking to my co-parents, is using those not so encouraging grades and you use them as constructive support to your child who's already depressed. Abby, don't forget, when a child gets the marks that they did not expect, they're already discouraged, they're already feeling like they didn't make it, they're dealing with their esteem, and the friends don't add any, any positive words for them. So I think as a parent, if you got those marks, would they change who you are? No. Would you stop being my Abby? No. Would my love towards you change? No. Would I feel maybe a bit low? Maybe yes. How would I deal with that? By just accepting. First accepting. The examination is done. The results are here with us. So we are not changing anything about what has come. How do I deal with that? By just knowing this is what we have. But it doesn't change really who Abby is. Abby is bright. She's gifted. Abby can do many other things in other areas. Abby will draw. Abby will try and do what she has inside. There are some things that happen when failure comes that the child didn't know they had. They start working on them. For me, I would work with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Very encouraging.
It's easier said than done. I'm not saying that when parents say that I'll work with that, me, I will be waiting. Whatever grades my child brings, those are the ones I'll work with. It's easier said than done. But I want to encourage you parents, when that moment comes, just remember, your child is in God's plans and purposes. God knows. And the future for your child most likely will not even depend on these grades. They'll depend on so many other things that you cannot see with your physical eyes and with your perception as per the moment. Because the grades, there's the hype, there's the moment of the day. So just watch out for that.
Is there any advice you have when it comes to choosing schools?
I think basing on what I have seen your brothers do and maybe your other cousins do, we tried as much as we could to sit with your brothers to advise them. Please don't pick top school in Nairobi. They only have like seven people. I'm not sure, but they have a particular number and they only pick the top students. So, and since you cannot be top, all of you, don't pick the national schools which everybody will be picking. Pick a school which matches with your grades, and then they give advice. The school administration and the director for education gives advice on how we choose schools. And when you're choosing your own school, I started hearing you, when you're in class 5, you choose this school. When you're in class 4, you choose this school. I think it's important you look out for the school that maybe has some things that you stand for, some values that you stand for, the education system that you think will favor the giftings that you have. And nowadays, parents are quite alive to that fact that I can take my child to this school, but I am looking out for, does the school support, for example, the gifting and the talent that my child has? So I would encourage you that the school that you're picking, it must be able to support other extra giftings that you have. Yeah.
Sure. So, like before students from class 8 who have just finished school start high school, there's usually like a break of around 4 months or so. So what do you think that the children should do in that particular break?
Oh, that's a very important question, because it's a lot of time depending on how parents and children relate and what they do at home. Sometimes this period of 4 months can wreak havoc in many of our homes. It can improve on our relationships in some of our homes, and it can build giftings that were never known in our homes. So what do I think should be done? I think time should be used very wisely. For example, okay, if you normally wake up at 4 a.m., there's no pressure to wake up at 4 a.m. But personally, I don't expect you to wake up at midday, because this is a house that has also a few responsibilities which Abby must do. So I think the people who have done examinations, it's a tricky moment, because these are moments where your drop can be down, your guard can be down, and you can think you have all the time in the world to do what you want to do with your time. Guard your moment, guard what you're doing, and if you have a few things that you have wanted to do before, let's say for example you have wanted to maybe start a program for yourself, it's self-care actually, you start with that one. If you have maybe neglected your prayer time, sometimes when you're waking up at 4 a.m., you just say a short prayer and you go to school. If you have neglected your quiet time, that would be a moment, because you're preparing to go to high school. Others are preparing to go to university. That will be a moment of reevaluation. Like, I'm going to a new environment. How is my relationship with God? Will I stand the pressure that I hear exists ahead of me? And another thing that children should do is work with when you're having your screen time. What are you doing? I think a gadget is very key and very important. Use it to benefit you for your next level. And for the parents there, when your children are at home, advise them, give them responsibilities. Let them not lay about in your homes. Me, when I'm leaving my house, I leave responsibilities and I come and check on them in the evening. Actually, children feel more valued when they're given some duties to do. They feel more trusted when they are told that this is expected, kindly do this. And then don't allow them to sleep too much. If your children have not been cleaning up their rooms, it's time to clean up. If they've not been doing their general cleaning, it's time to do general cleaning. If they have not been washing their clothes and learning how to wash their clothes and keep them, it's time to do that. And I'm not talking to someone about that. And I think there's a lot to do. Most important, we should build our relationships with our children as they wait to go to the next level.
Actually, like before you said that, I was going to say like during that break, apart from what you've said, I'm planning to try and learn to wash my clothes. I know. Abby, you don't know how to wash clothes? No, I don't. But I want to learn also how to wash shoes and any other things that you'll be needing to do in high school. I want to learn that. But anyway, this is the last question, the 5th question, and that is: are there any other time? But I think you've already answered it actually. Any responsibilities that they should have now that they are done with class 8?
Yeah, I've answered that. Help your house help to do a few things. She doesn't have to do all the dishes. Like now here, you don't expect somebody to come and pick your plate from the table. In our house, everyone picks their plate and you take it to the kitchen. Help that person who has been there for you. Because if your house help is not there when you're doing your examinations, sometimes it can be tricky. There can be more pressure. Appreciate her by helping her. So let's learn those few things. And let's learn also to be together. It's not a moment of sibling rivalry. It's a moment of sibling unity. And
you hear that? Know yourself.
And it's a moment of building each other and one another. I would put it that way.
Okay, well, thank you for your time today, Madam Rachel. No, I'm sorry.
See what she did to me?
I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video to the end. If you did enjoy watching this, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.